Morning, guys. I came across this really interesting story last night on the internet, and I thought I'd share this with you. A long time ago, there was a very famous heart surgeon, cardiac surgeon, and he performed every heart surgery you could imagine, from the replacement of valves to the dissection of the human heart. And this went on for a considerable number of years. So naturally, he was a fairly rich guy, and he had this huge mansion, lots of servants, but no real time to enjoy any of that, because he was a popular heart surgeon and always on call, always operating, always making a lot of money. But he had this one friend who was a gardener. And this gardener would come to the doctor's house once a week and look after his flower beds. But the doctor, being a kind guy, once in a while he would invite his gardener friend to have a drink with him in the backyard. And they just watch the sunset, talk about the old times, enjoy themselves, have a few laughs. So one day, the surgeon asked the gardener, he says, I have such a huge reputation. I've got all this money. I've got this huge house, cars, you name it. There isn't anything that my money can't buy. How do you stay in that small little house? How do you cope with this poverty that you're in? Help me to understand it. I know a lot of people are poor, but they're mostly grumpy, but you always have a smile on your face. You got a song in your heart, so to speak. You're always enjoying yourself. You seem happy-go-lucky. How do you do it? So the gardener looked at him and he says, I like to keep my soul intact. I pray to God every night, every morning, whenever I can during my work. Daytime, nighttime, evening, morning, it doesn't matter. Whenever I think of God, I talk to Him. That's the way I can keep my soul clean, happy, joyful. And I guess that's why I am so delighted, so happy, although I'm poor. So the doctor friend said, listen, I don't want to knock what you're saying, but I can tell you something. As one of the world's leading heart surgeons, I have opened every heart that ever appeared on my operating table. I have dissected it, I have changed the valves, I have looked through the tissue. There isn't much I haven't done with the human heart. But I have never once seen this soul you keep talking about. Not once. So the gardener had another sip of that free whiskey and then looked the doctor in the eye and said to him, he says, it's so strange you should say this, because whenever I look after your garden, my spade often pierces, by mistake of course, but it slices open one of these flower bulbs, these flower bulbs that you have, you put them in the soil. They look like little onions. Put them in the soil and then they grow. After the season, the tree dies, but the bulb still remains. So that's what he's talking about. He says, I have, by mistake, sliced open many of these flower bulbs, but never once have I seen a tree or a flower. Now, I don't know what you're going to make of this, but it certainly taught me a lesson. It's worth thinking about at any rate. But thanks for listening. See you later.